Jason Rosenberg, be a good friend. Be a good friend, Jason Rosenberg.
Thank you. Even though I moved across the country now 20 years, some of my closest friends are those classmates I grew up with in New York more than 40 years ago. Part of having 40-plus year relationships is being a good friend. So ask yourselves, are you a good friend? See some heads nodding yes over here. And here, yes, because we all like to think we are. Just as we all like to think we could sing well. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Ever since I was a child, my parents instilled a goal in me to be a good friend. And in my 20s, when a supposed friend deliberately sabotaged a budding romance of mine, it taught me to be a better friend to others. We become a good friend using these lessons we learn along the way, or sharing our most valuable commodity, our time. Because as we age and get busy with adult responsibilities, sharing one's time is perhaps the greatest gift friends can give each other. I received a call one day from a friend seeking advice on a problem he's having with his new stepson and wife. He tells me the child doesn't respect him as a parent, and his wife won't support him in disciplining the youngster. Being a stepdad of my son for 10 years, he specifically sought me out. Since it's an elementary age child, I advise to become friends with him first. Work well for me, and he'll have plenty of opportunity to parent more effectively later. He agreed, thanked me, seemed excited, and not to sound so altruistic here, this made me feel great too. Gave me a sense of contribution to others and significance within myself. Two of a number of needs we all must embody to be fulfilled. It put an extra pep in my step that week. I was walking around like, lean on me when you're not strong. Remember what I said about singing earlier? We all like to think we can. Well, that good feeling was short-lived. About a week later, while home with my daughter, I received another call from him. After asking what steps he took to resolve his issue, he tells me that he did the same exact things that he did the week before. Said he thought over my advice, but figured he'd try it his way again, yielding a different result this time around. We all know that's the definition of insanity. The positive emotional currency built up on that first call, gone. Felt like a gut punch, boom. We hang up, and immediately my physiology has changed for the worse. My eyebrows furrowed. Even my breathing's irritated. My 9-year-old, she sees it right away. Did you receive some bad news, Daddy? Wow. Little girl felt that mood shift too? Now, for no real reason, in my head, I'm upset with his wife for being difficult as well. Gave the best advice I could. Don't know with certainty if it was good for him because he never tried it. Frustrating, right? This goes on more than a month. He continues to complain and seek guidance, yet not take any friendly advice. In fact, I get pushback against everything I suggest. This reminds me of a quote on friendship by Arthur Brisbane. Mr. Brisbane said, "A good friend is someone who could tell you what's the matter in a minute. But they may not seem such a good friend after telling." It seems my friend doesn't want to take advice. So why does he keep asking? I'm throwing him a life preserver, but he's not trying to grab it. Individuals must be willing to participate in their own rescue. Now I'm upset every time he calls. My body physically reacting. I believe we could all relate to this feeling. The phone rings. Hi, how are you? Call, problem and solution. Excitement, remedy ignored. Gut punch, boom. His problem has become my problem. Defying science, he has somehow planted and birthed it inside of me. I don't want to have this baby. I just want to yell at him, you're insane. I'm grouchy after every call, carrying this around with me because I'm empathetic. I've been through it before. I want to be a good friend, but now it's manifesting itself in unhealthy ways in my life. I start to think, maybe I'm the one that's insane. Eventually the phone rings, and I don't take the call. I decide not to share my valuable free time with him at that moment. Friendship shouldn't be wholly transactional, but there comes a time where we must observe behavior and ask, who's taking more than they give? And how does that make us feel? So I urge you to take stock of your relationships, whether friends or family. It's costly living in unfulfilling, non-mutually beneficial interactions. At what point does the cost of being a good friend come at too great a price to oneself? Time is precious. It can't be regained. As far as I know, I haven't checked Elon Musk's Twitter yet today. I'll tell you this, no more gut punch boom for me. I've learned a lesson I believe we've all learned these past few years. To challenge ourselves and think about what it takes to be happy daily. Yes, be a good friend of your friends, but be a best friend to yourself. Madam Toastmaster.